I'm consumer advocate Erin Brockovich. I'm not an attorney, but you know I have fought for decades to protect people from toxic chemical pollution that is in our water and on our land. Here in Northwest Georgia, scientists are finding PFAS, a toxic chemical pollutant in our ponds, streams, wells, and most alarming, on your land. Chemical giant 3M sold PFAS to local manufacturers, and now it's in our water and on your land.
I'm Georgia Attorney Ben Finley. You may or may not have heard about PFAS, but it's something you need to know about. PFAS are chemicals that are toxic in humans and animals, and they don't break down in the water in humans or animals. But what's dangerous is that they accumulate over time. Here's Bob Bocock, one of the nation's best experts on water and pollution, to explain how that happens.
3M, the giant chemical corporation, sold PFAS to our local carpet companies. And they used these chemicals in carpet fibers, and then they released the leftover chemicals into the sewer system. The PFAS then ends up in our drinking water and our irrigation water. And when we drink water or eat crops from land with PFAS in it, it begins a second cycle. It accumulates in our bodies. It goes into the waste stream, the wastewater treatment plant, which creates biosolids. And then those biosolids get put back onto our land in the form of fertilizer. That's fine unless the PFAS gets in there. Every cycle, the PFAS accumulate and accumulate and accumulate because they are so slow to degrade.
Biosolids contaminated with PFAS are a big problem. Farms in Northwest Georgia could have contamination that could render them unproductive for generations, unless they're remediated. In Maine, the problem is so significant and so major that some farmers are referring to it as Maine's Chernobyl. Some farms have levels of PFAS on them that all the dairy cows on these farms had to be put down. Here in Georgia, biosolids have long been spread on farm fields across the area. And now we're learning some farms may also be contaminated. Farmers are calling PFAS Georgia to have the fields and wells tested. For many, the tests come back clean, and they have peace of mind. But some are learning they have been damaged by 3M's and others' PFAS pollution.
Much of the land here has been in families for generations and should be for generations to come. Kids play in the fields, fish in the streams and ponds, and we want to make sure it's safe for them to do so now and for years into the future. You need to protect the value of your property and of your future.